So I've been using D&D Beyond ever since this whole pandemic started back in March, and as I'm filming this, it is currently September. So over time, I've been able to get a handle of D&D Beyond and how to use it both as a player and as a dungeon master. And there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons that I want to address in this video and help you decide whether or not to get D&D Beyond. First things first, I want to say is that this is not a sponsored video. I am not sponsored at all by D&D Beyond to use their product. I am just a consumer that is wanting to share this product and help people decide whether or not they want to use this in their current game or to the people who are taking their game online. So let's get started, shall we? So the biggest pro that I want to emphasize about D&D Beyond is the fact that it's so accessible. D&D Beyond is online. You can get it on your phone, you can get it on your laptop, your iPad, whichever, as a dungeon master or as a player. There's actually 2 different apps that you download, and depending on how you want to play it, it's all right there for you, just the same as if it was online on a desktop. What's great about D&D Beyond is how easy it is to start making characters. It gives you the whole step-by-step process and pretty much guides you to make your own character. And it's so easy to make characters. There were days where I am just procrastinating about my work and I just go on D&D Beyond and I just make a character just for the heck of it. And it's pretty fun. And the fact that it's so easy to do, in the free version you have up to 6 characters, which is a pretty good amount. I also, if you take the paid version, you can also have unlimited amount of characters depending on your sources. And that, to me, my friends, is crazy. But also what is fantastic is how easy it is to link with your players. So the way it works is the dungeon master who starts the campaign sends a link to their players, and all the players have to do is click on it, click the character that they want to make, or in fact just make one, and put it in said campaign, and they immediately get into the campaign. And if your dungeon master has the master tier subscription, your players will have access to everything that the DM owns and for that campaign. And that is, I'll just be it, fantastic. It's so easy, and I have had 0 problems with transitioning my game when I went from a physical game to an online game. The downside is that you pretty much have to rebuy the books. If you look at the prices on the D&D Beyond marketplace, buying the books is in fact the same price as buying it on Amazon. And I know this is a turnoff for many people because maybe they've played D&D, maybe you have already purchased the 3 core books and you don't want to use it online. But yes, that is true. That is a big thing to ask. However, the difference between this and other services is modular purchases. So in D&D Beyond, in the marketplace, you can actually buy a certain subsection for the book. Back in my 5 stars campaign, long time ago, when I had a player who wanted to play the Changeling race, I ended up just going on D&D Beyond in the Eberron book and just buying the races, and that's it. And I can do that with classes too, like the Artificer class. I can do that with any book, like, I don't know, Icewind Dale. So that ability to modular purchase will definitely save you a lot of money. But I do still recommend just repurchasing things like the Player's Handbook, the Xanathar's Guide, you know, stuff like this is really important, because then you'll have your characters have access to all of the spells that are in the marketplace. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, because in D&D Beyond there is a subscription and then there is the marketplace. The subscription is your ability to make new characters, to share your content, while your marketplace is the actual books, adventures, and, to put it frankly, the things that your players can have access to in the books. That is a big, big con, because essentially you're buying the books again and you're paying to share, which can be pretty expensive up front. I believe that over time you will feel the benefits, and overall they outweigh the cons of buying all of these again up front. So let's talk about the D&D Beyond community, because I believe that D&D Beyond is probably one of the most highly advertised Dungeons and Dragons tools out there. I mean, they're out in Critical Role. I see them on many other Twitch streams, and the fact is, I do believe that their community is another huge reason to buy into the product. There's a lot of dungeon masters who share, and you yourself can do this with the master tier, which is to post your D&D homebrew content, where you can actually make homebrewed items and post them online, and who knows, maybe other people will use what you made in your campaign. That is pretty good. And also they have a really good tech support. I actually had a problem a few months ago with my subscription, and I ended up emailing them, and it wasn't even a day later where I received a response, and we were able to get that out quickly, easily. Kudos to you, tech support. The one thing that I do appreciate about D&D Beyond is that they are consistently growing. One of the things that they have introduced is the D&D Beyond dice roller in their character sheets, where you can actually look at one of your spells, click it, and it will automatically roll the dice and add the modifier. So if you don't have your dice, or if you don't have, enough dice, because who the hell would spend so much money on that much dice? It is currently in alpha, so you will have some hiccups. I actually had a problem using Google Chrome to use D&D Beyond. Something about Chrome being so resource intensive, so I highly recommend using Firefox. After switching to Firefox as my default browser for D&D Beyond only, so far I've never had any problems with lag running the dice roller, and the fact that they're even doing that shows that D&D Beyond is growing and trying to do more with their service, so you get the benefits of that. My point is, D&D Beyond is consistently growing, and they are an evolving resource, and I believe that if you started using D&D Beyond, you get so much ROI, return on investment, from paying the membership and buying the books. So I hope that answers all of your questions that you initially had about D&D Beyond and if it's worth D&D Beyond. So if you ask me right now, is it worth it? I'll say yes. So far, just the ease and accessibility of using D&D Beyond is massive, and the fact that it walks new players even through the entire process. My only wish is that I wish there was a little bit more customization. I would love to have more customization options when building a class, or even just having a free like a kind of like a website builder, but more for building character classes. Maybe if that's ever possible in the future of D&D Beyond, because you can make subclasses, but you cannot create actual full classes, at least none that I'm aware of, because I tried and that happened. So hopefully D&D Beyond will add more customization options, but besides that and buying the books, it is definitely worth it, and I believe that you should consider buying it, especially if you have the resources to do it. So that's it for this video. I hope you found value in this. If you have any more questions about D&D Beyond, feel free to ask in the comments section down below, or jump in my stream. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I hang out and just chatting and trying to communicate with you guys. And I also stream RPG games. And lately we've been getting into Divinity, and God help me, I want to finish that game on stream. That would be super massive. But as always, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. So, bye guys.
25.
Yes.
Okay, 25 hits.
Let's go.
25 will definitely hits.
5, 8.
8 total?
13 damage.
13 damage.
Wait, if you did a...
No, it's a cantrip. No.
That's not.
Oh no, it's not. It's a first level spell.
Right.
So you did roll a 5 and an 8, Maddie?
Yes.
You want to roll 2 or 3 d8s?
2, because I'm casting it at 2nd level.
Okay.
Okay. Exactly what you needed. How do you want to do this?
Yes!
Wait, what?
Maddie, you killed it. Maddie, you killed
It had
it.
exactly 13 HP left. How would you like to do this?
Wait, the big eyeball?
Yep.
Yes, after all of that nonsense.
Wow, unbelievable.